And welcome everybody. This is Grand Tactician, the Civil War, the Confederate Campaign, episode number 19. General McClellan of the Union Department of the West gives battle to Albert Sidney Johnston's Army of the West at a little town called Benton in Missouri. We've got that and a whole lot more in this next episode of Grand Tactician, the Civil War. So, reviewing the strategic situation in January 25th, 1862, I did come across something that I did not notice or missed the notification completely, but on December 21st, 1861, Maryland left the Union, but then January 23rd, 1862, Maryland left the Confederacy again. Probably because Cumberland was recaptured. That's interesting. It looks like we had some naval battles too. I remember seeing a Hampton Roads information pop up. I think I missed the Battle of Tennessee River. So there's the strategic situation. You can see the men fielded 270,000 versus our 153,000. The war is still considered evenly matched. Some of our objectives we have completed: win a major battle, win in Union territory, yes. Win 5 consecutive land battles, yes. Win 5 consecutive naval battles. Now back to what is about to be, I think, another battle here. Yes, the engagement where we left off. Army of the West has caught up with the Department of Ohio under the command of George McClellan now, who was headed towards Aurora, Missouri. He's marching deep into Missouri, unsupported by the other army that the Department of the West from the Union side that had also been guarding Cairo. Now there is an army of the Northwest that is threatening St. Louis, but they are having some supply issues. And again, we have the opportunity to defeat the enemy in detail as they keep their armies separated. So the Battle of Benton, Missouri, January 25th, 1862. After initial skirmishing maneuvers, the opposing armies are deploying for battle. The Union fields 30,000 men under Major General McClellan. The Confederacy fields 47,000 men under Major General Albert Sidney Johnston. All right, so we are approaching from the eastern edge of the map. Looks like we are able to deploy all the way up to Coppertown, which is good because there's a bottleneck in between Swiftwater River and the Howell Swamp here, Spencer's Bay. So if we had to deploy back here, that's a meeting engagement though. So Hood will occupy the center. It looks like our scouts report the Union has taken Copperton, and they are determined to hold it there. So it's very flat land here, not any major hills or undulations. Now there are, though. The main features are the bodies of water, and we have Buckner's Corps. So I'm thinking we are going to move. Let's see if we put Buckner here. Oh, this might be a slugfest. So not a bad deployment. It looks like their center will be anchored around the town, and then they are refusing their right flank. So that would mean now I can use these woods here. If I use Buckner to hit the Union right flank, I can use the woods here as cover though. So I feel like that might be what we're going to try to do. There's a nice little wooded terrain right here. There's no good elevated points though to put our guns. We're just going to have to shell the town. So we might put Cooper right here. All right, Loring's 8,000 men. We'll lead the advance on that. We're going to try to turn the Union right. Withers will be the reserve element. Loring has a cavalry brigade that could be used to probe the extreme right. So does Withers' division as well. So the batteries have found a little bit of cover in this patch of terrain. Or there is a fence, so they have some cover here. Move forward our guns in the center right there. Breckenridge will support the guns and the Buckner's Corps. Walker will kind of hug this little patch of trees here. And I guess we'll hold Donelson in reserve. We do have some engineering points to spend. Building breastworks in this game is as annoying as it is in-game as it was for the real-life soldiers. So the realism in the game is amazing. And if you can sense the snarkiness, it is very intended. Although I kid. Although it is a little cumbersome feature. This may also just be the user itself. See, it's not okay. Right mouse button click and just let it drag. Right mouse button click. Then left mouse button click. Right, then left. Okay. Starting to get the hang of that. Almost looks like there's a little bit of high ground right here. Right, and then again left. Alright, so we have some fortifications, some breastworks built up. I think we're ready to start this battle. Battle of Benton. We already start with an advantage, probably because we outnumber the Federals. Although, right now they award us the town of Copperton. That should probably be taken by the Federals as soon as the battle starts. Let's begin. Oh, we're starting at 4:25 in the evening, though. So the question now becomes, how much do we really want to engage? It's so late in the day. So it is 4:30 in the evening. Now, what we could try to do is just secure the woods and try to control this crossing here. So let's order our cavalry. Detach our cavalry brigades. There doesn't seem to be any Federals in the woods right now. So we will advance with our 2 brigades from Loring's division. Actually, we're probably going to move Wither's entire command over to. Union has other plans. They're going to try to hit Hood straight on. Take up positions behind our breastworks. You see the Union now advancing forward through Copperton. Buckner's trying to get his corps into position in the woods on the Union right flank. We did not think the Union would advance forward. Now they might be just taking position up against these, against this fencing right here. What is that? That is one ugly looking bush. They are sending out some skirmishers. We will do likewise. Alright, well, the end of the day is upon us. Darkness has fallen. Fighting ceases. Prepare for the next day's battle. During the night, your army was resupplied. Inspect the situation of your troops. Click continue to start redeployment. We will put Loring in the woods there and Withers. We'll have Huger or Huger deploy right there. It's a nice position for artillery. We'll hold Wadsworth back here so that he can deploy on the extreme right of the Union position. Now, we don't know exactly how the Union is positioned on over here, but we outnumber them, and anything we can do to stretch their forces out even more would be beneficial to us. Just to guard the bridge, and then maybe even wheel all the way around the Union position. I think we're ready to start this second day. Did we lose any men? We lost 3 men. Let's take a look at the Union dispositions here. Franklin's division. We see 1 division. Miles, Brown, Gorman, Fremont, Granger, Sumner, Buell, Milroy, Duval, Meade, Picking up right where they left off, and look how the frost-covered fields of Copperton. Garnett's artillery opening fire. Looks like some of the Union forces a little disorganized, trying to maneuver under the fire of guns. Fournay will deploy his skirmishers. We are going to move up our guns. Van Dorn will move up. And Donovant will move his guns as well. We'll hold Trebu back. His first battle experience. A little nervous. Gorman sees that there are artillery pieces outside the woods and can only guess that there must be infantry in those woods too. I wonder, is there a way to see if we have been spotted? We're going to move out field. We send out skirmishers from Smith, trying to undisgrace himself. So skirmishers will deploy. Looks like the Union is shifting towards Hood's command. Maxey's lost 22 of his skirmishers. Hood feels very confident about his position and being able to hold right here, which plays into our plan. Very good. Union trying to bring up their batteries. Looks like they're going to try to break through Hood's command. We've scattered Duval's skirmishers. Let's see, is Van Dorn firing? No, they're still marching. Let's move Ruggles up forward to support the artillery, although he'll lose the cover of the breastworks. So I wonder if the Union's going to just abandon their right position. That allows Buckner to get right in and around their entire position here. Bold strategy, Cotton. Yeah, Hooger's guns are firing. I'm going to move Wadsworth guns over to... I think we have a good opportunity to bag McClellan here. So we have our two batteries, Van Dorn and Donovant, shelling the Federals as they're marching towards Hood, but not addressing our flanking maneuver. I don't see any Union soldiers guarding their rear position. Fournay's skirmishers will go back to the parent units. Right, we can deploy skirmishers from Crossland. Let's move Withers forward too. Ruggles will deploy skirmishers and they will harass Gorman's brigade there. Fournay in contact. Oh, wait. Fournay moved way forward. I did not... Alright. I don't know why he did that. Fall back. Did I accidentally order Fournay to move forward? Or did he do that all on his own? Now here I thought all the action was going to take place on the Union right flank, and now it's going to take place at Hood's command. Gracie will deploy skirmishers in front of the artillery, Garnett's artillery. They're massing up for a large attack, though. Forney, what did you do? So we'll take a position right over here by the stone wall. So Loring is going to get his brigades into position for a major attack on the Union right and rear. I like Huger's position. Why were they moving? Oh, because I ordered Wither. He's part of Wither's command. I'm going to reposition Van Dorn's artillery. So the Confederate center is just trying to hold some of the Union troops in place so that they don't bunch up all together and we can hit their flank harder. And then we gotta make sure we kind of watch this gap right here. Plug it up with Breckinridge. Alright, Fournier getting back to his breastworks, so that's good. First Brigade charging the works. The field works at Amy's Corner. So that's where the main Union attack is happening, at Amy's Corner. Looks like the Union assault is tiring out a little bit. Let's see if McClellan's strategy of hitting the Confederates at their strongest point will pay off. Only 1 hour into the battle. Let's see how the left flank is doing. Withers is taking a while to move out. We'll have to move them out one by one. Let's move Loring into command range. He's gotten out of command range. So Walker's division is 11,000 strong, and McClellan looks like he's going to try to break them, as it looks like he has a localized superior number of troops. But overall, McClellan is outnumbered, and we can use that advantage to outflank his position. And we still have Donaldson in reserve. As the Union advance is stalled out in front of Amy's Corner. If we look at Walker's overall command, he's taken some 300 casualties so far. 94% ammunition. Cohesion is intact. Morale is determined. We have good cover. Now we've gained position around the Nichols stone wall here. Now the Union line of retreat would fall along the Ward Road here, Ward and Fox Road through McDaniel. So it looks like he's at least trying to guard that line of retreat. He's given up the hoedown road, but we also have some cavalry brigades that can cut them off. Let's move up Wadsworth's guns. These skirmishers over. Smith along the wall here. Pierce can take up position along the stone wall. It does look like McClellan has sent some troops to address the Confederate center that is putting pressure on what is his right flank, essentially. There must be some confusion at McClellan's headquarters as he doesn't understand the true nature of the Confederate position. Now the Union right is also coming under heavy artillery fire too. You see the skirmishers of Pierce's brigade entering the fray. That's the lead elements of Buckner's corps. Can't get a read on that Baker's division. But no brigades have broken yet. Just the skirmishers have battled it out. Looks like some orders went through some of the Union troops. Meade is bringing up his guns to reinforce the attack on Amy's corner. We're going to advance with Pierce. As I see no real Federal reserve. So Scurry going to engage 3rd Brigade. Ruggles is awaiting 1st Brigade to engage. Should be getting ready to open fire. Let's move up our command, Breckinridge. Looks like 1st Brigade's going to try to push Ruggles away, but they are suffering heavy casualties. Alright, battlefield time is 10 in the morning still. We have a minor victory. We haven't pushed the needle that far. Probably have to take some of these objectives. But we are in the Union rear, and the Union right flank looks isolated and in distress. Why don't we advance with Anderson and Bragg? Looks like 1st Brigade has found some cover, though, in this ravine here. Ruggles having a hard time firing down on them. There we go. So Ruggles finding the 1st Brigade, able to get a line of sight on them. Heavy bombardment by Donavant. William Scurry, though, is wounded in action. The Union soldiers on that right flank are fighting furiously. We're moving Withers' command down the Looks like a railroad cut here, or pathway. Doesn't look like a main road. It looks like more of a pathway. All right, Pierce is commanded to hit 2nd Brigade from the flank. Let's move Kirby Smith into support. Situation at Amy's Corner looks stable. Looks like there's couriers coming from McClellan's headquarters. First Brigade taking on a lot of casualties. 2nd Brigade also suffering heavy losses. Same with our brigades, though. Our brigades are suffering some high casualties. Ruggles is taking it on the chin. 266 in losses so far. Elements of Donelson's division are entering into the battle now to address some of that Union artillery. Bragg is going to try to assault these guns right here. Breckenridge has lost 540 reported casualties. A young captain or colonel is trying to take over command for the wounded Scurry. And Scurry also trying to hit 3rd Brigade. Alright, looks like Milroy's trying to form a rear guard in an attempt to defend the road leading out of Copperton northward. Anderson's going to try to rush the guns here. So heavy fighting for those guns. We see McClellan's command. Hooker's division was on the left flank, it looks like. Franklin was in the middle. Baker's on the right. Baker's got himself in a real bad spot. Holmes will detach skirmishers to take up position in Copperton. And now we are in the process of surrounding the Union position here. Actually, let's move Wadsworth's guns too. We'll move Huger also. Toombs. Let's take that objective with Toombs. Alright, so Anderson's cavalry did a real nice job pushing out those guns. I'm actually going to have him fall back. Now the real challenge will be to get a major victory before McClellan retreats. First battery surrenders. Nice. The enemy battalion under Lieutenant Fremont has thoroughly been whooped. Though Anderson's men are thoroughly exhausted. Looks like 1st Brigade is wavering. Kirby Smith going to get in behind 2nd Brigade here. We've got Baker's division completely cut off almost. We're going to send Field to take these guns here. We haven't broken too many of the Union brigades, though. Let's move forward here with Bryan. Bragg is in position. Someone is routed. Oh, Ruggles broke. Let's actually dismount Bowen. Looks like Scurry is holding, his men are holding their own as the lieutenants and colonels take over command. Bowen is there to plug the gap that they were trying to create there. Kirby Smith now going to try to redeem himself. Scurry and Bowen are going to try to charge Gorman's command. Now we're just going to do a general advance here with the remaining troops and the defenders at Amy's corner. Alright, the enemy is retreating now. 3rd Brigade surrenders, and we captured another enemy brigade. Our commanders report the enemy seems to be retreating from the field. Try to push on within the given time. Capture them all. We're going to end episode 19 right here, and we're going to pick up episode 20 right where we left off here. I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. And if you're still hanging out at the end of this video and are interested in participating in the Grand Tactician Union campaign that I plan to do upon the official release of the Grand Tactician game, I would like to make it semi-interactive where you, the viewer, can have an impact on the game. Starting with, you get to decide the policies that we will choose for the Union campaign. We have a poll posted here on my Patreon. Again, you don't need to be a patron to participate. It's just where the poll is located. The link will be in the description if you want to participate. It's something that I think might be fun to try out. If it doesn't work out, then we might not do it again. If it does work out and people have some fun with this, it may be something that we'll do in the future. On a side note too, this campaign I would also like to try having the viewers choose the main generals for each of the theaters of the war. So there'll be that second part of the interaction with the campaign as well. And as we get to the beginning of the campaign, I will release the polls of the available generals. I'll have to keep it limited to a certain number of select generals for the campaign to choose from. We can have a big laundry list of a poll. So we'll see how it goes. This will be the first time I try to do a semi-interactive type of campaign. I think it can be fun. It's my first time doing it this way. So there might be some hiccups down the road. I hope it will be enjoyable for all that participate. And again, I thank you as always for enjoying my content, watching it, and just subscribing to the channel. That goes a long way. I appreciate your time. Until the next one.